got an opening. Rice, he could go all the way. He's got one man to beat.
Chase Becker spins, hangs, complete.
Broughton breaks through. It's a race to the end zone. Touchdown, Sioux. The Sioux strike first.
It used to be
On the road.
Conquers back on top as Region 8 champions.
that's Ben Heenick. Heenick with a load of steam, and he bowls over.
One as Blake Bergstrom looks to go. Blake Bergstrom floating in midair for two.
Backdoor cut. Cheryl Hayes off the glass for two. There is Nesham. Wow, look at that shot by Addison Nesham. She's putting on a show. You think her heart is pounding? No way. The Lusitania Buffalo Bombers are headed to the state.
Corner, 3 seconds, Simiano. No. Putback, no. The Killdeer Cowboys survive.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of GameDay Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by GameDay Media, LLP.
GameDay Media, LLP does not own the rights to the background music of this live stream. All rights belong to the music owners. No copyright infringement intended.
Today's GameDay Media broadcast is brought to you by NCC, Tioga Medical Center, The Country Store, St. Luke's Medical Center, Both the Own Boutique, Souris Valley Dental Group of Minot, Haugland Insurance Services, D&L Paraffin, Brad Johnson Insurance, Bravera Bank, Continental Resources, Northwest Therapy Services, Nesset, Tioga Ace Hardware, DA Land LLC, Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, The Bank of Tioga, Tioga Parts Supply, Tegan's Interiors, Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, Prairie Home Furnishings, Farmers Union Insurance, Larson Vossen Agency, Montreal County Health Center, Brandy Larson Insurance Agency, Kyle Hansen, Financial Advisor, Wham! LLC and Dry Fork Supply, the City of Ray, Lindsay Grocery, Montreal Williams Electric Cooperative, Burke Divide Electric Cooperative, Powers Lake Athletic Booster Club, Faith Baptist Church of Kenmare, Ray Farmers Union Elevator, Gustafson Septic Service Incorporated, Tioga Pirates Booster Club, The Depot LLC, TNT Measurements Incorporated, Patriot Oilfield Service Incorporated, Liberty State Bank of Powers Lake, Busy Bees Hot Oil Incorporated, Skin by Legacy, The Food Barn, Western Education Regional Co-op, North Shore Plaza PTO, Divide County Quarterback Club, Farmers Union Oil Company of Kenmare, Red Rock Chevrolet and GMC of Williston, Investment Center Advisor Group, LPL Financial, Stanley Commercial Club, Modern Dental, Tioga EDC and Chamber of Commerce, Game 1, RTC Networks, Flag Family Media.
It's a rivalry renewed here in Ray, North Dakota at Glenn E. Severson Memorial Field in Ray, North Dakota. A Region 3 matchup here between the Ray Powers Lake Outlaws and the Tioga Pirates. We're happy to have you here. I'm Noah Fredrickson alongside David Peterson, Aaron Griffin on the camera. Welcome into the Border Plains Equipment pregame show. Located right off Highway 2 in Stanley, North Dakota, your local Case IH dealer. Visit borderplains.com for local inventory and to explore job opportunities. Well, David, happy to have you here again.
Hey, I'm happy to have you here too, my man. Yeah, it's always fun coming over, covering football one, covering the Outlaws and the Pirates, a rivalry renewed. Very good intro to that. The Pirates coming back into 11A football this year after being a 9-man B. A little bit of a regrowing season for the Pirates this season, but looking to try right the ship here as we saw the Outlaws last week, but look pretty good and hang a W on the Bishop Ryan Lions and Minot. So I'm happy to be here. The field is beautiful. It's ready to go. If you said that 2-3 days ago, they might have laughed at you because it was a soggy, soppy mess. But the grounds crew around here has got this thing looking pristine condition, and it's football time. Beautiful weather. Let's go.
Well, let's start with the Tioga Pirates. 1-2. They won opening weekend. A huge win for their confidence, but then the last two games, it's been a 40-0 loss to DLB and then 40-6 against Stanley. How do you kind of get some confidence going after two terrible losses, 80-6 in 2 weeks?
That's a bad number. 80-6, no doubt, is a tough number. But, you know, like I said, the Pirates are rebranding. They're regrowing. The Pirates tonight in their yellow military appreciation uniforms. The Outlaws with the black ones on the other side. But it's a new look for the Pirates. I was talking to Coach Schaefer about the two quarterback look. They substitute quarterbacks, what we'll probably see tonight maybe once every play, maybe every other play. Give the blow to the lineman without having to bring him in, your skill positions. But what I don't like about that is that it really doesn't give your quarterback a chance to get into a rhythm.
Yep.
Speaking from quarterback, is that something that you would probably not like, or what's your take on that?
Yeah, no, you said it best. You need to find rhythm with your offense, with all your skill positions, with the line, and then the changing of the cadence. Both voices are different, so that's kind of a struggle for the linemen to get used to, but they're 3 games in. This is their 4th with this 2-quarterback system, so you'd think they're ready now. But as a quarterback myself, I need all those reps on offense to find a rhythm, hopefully in the first quarter, but sometimes it doesn't go that fast, so it's rhythm.
Yeah, the Pirates are regrowing this year. They're really young. They've got a lot of inexperienced players. Gunnar Moberg, I think he's probably one of their key players, plays a lot of running back. I was talking to Coach Schaefer today. You could probably see him at tight end. You could see Weston Lallam at tight end. You could see Michael Grimes come in for running back. So they do got some different weapons. Rylan Hollingshead, one of the best athletes, in my opinion, in the state of North Dakota. Runs an incredible 400-meter dash. If he can get out into the open, I don't think there's a whole lot of people on this field that can catch him.
And we talked about that off air. He's a speedster, but he's got 2 catches for 2 yards on the season. How do you get him the ball?
Find a way. I mean, you got to find a way. I got it in my spot sheet of playmaker. Like, he's got to have the hands in his ball, and the Pirates know that. I mean, it's just a struggle on the offensive side of the ball for him. So they'll figure it out to get the ball in the hands of the playmakers. You talk about playmakers, you look on the other side of the scoreboard, the RPL Outlaws putting up about 32.5 points per game. We saw them last week. They looked very lethal last week.
Yeah, they just have so much balance. Jace Becker, an amazing quarterback. Oakley Grubb, one of the top running backs in the state. And then Ty Barman, this freshman that is just a dude. Throw it up to him. Last week I compared him to Megatron, Kelvin Johnson. When you have that balance all around the field, it's hard for, like tonight, Tioga's defense to get a read on them and stop them. So that's going to be very interesting to see tonight. But, man, Outlaws offense, fun to watch.
Definitely fun to watch. Ty Barman, I mean, I'd like to see him getting out in the open and utilize him a little bit more. Looking at his stats, he's got 3 rushes for 32 yards, 22 receptions for 339 yards on the season, about 85 yards per game. He had a monster play. Jace Becker trusted his receiver, threw it up there, and they were able to get about a 46-yard reception to give them a chance to win it in regulation last week in Minot. Unfortunately, they didn't. They ended up winning in overtime. But he is one of the best athletes in North Dakota, in my opinion. Just a freshman, folks. So you get the ball into his hands. Colton Grove had an incredible game the other night. Grady Parizek, look, they get him going. Brody Sinar, they got a lot of seniors, a lot of linemen that are seniors. And that's some of the things we're going to talk about as we continue on with our Border Plains Equipment pregame show. With that, sorry, go ahead.
So the question tonight, can Tioga slow down the high-powered attack, or will the Outlaws keep rolling? We're going to come back with our Lindsay Grocery coach's comments. Stay tuned for more.
NCC Video is everything you love about cable TV in a portable package. Watch shows live or record them wherever you are, whether you're at home or on the go, even out of state. No more fighting over what's on TV, because everyone can watch what they want, when they want, on their own devices, all for the same price or less than you're paying today. We'll even get you set up at home and show you how to use it. NCC Video. Take your TV with you.
At Border Plains Equipment of Stanley, your local Case IH dealer, our vision is to be the respected and recognized leader in agricultural and equipment and the employer of choice by helping people succeed. Our mission is to serve agricultural customers and communities by partnering to meet their needs through the sales and support of farm equipment and technology. Visit borderplains.com to check local inventory or stop by at 8141 off Highway 2 in Stanley. Your local Case IH dealer.
For the healthcare services you need, an expertise you can trust, it's right here at home with Tioga Medical Center. You're important to us, and so is your well-being. From primary and specialty care to surgical services, we're committed to caring for you at every stage of life. There's no place like home with trusted, familiar faces.
You can trust me. You can trust us. You can trust Tioga Medical Center.
Trusted healthcare here at home.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here.
Brought to you by your local Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
Kyle Hansen is proud to be a Thrivent financial professional, providing personalized financial guidance to people of all stages of life. Thrivent believes humanity thrives when individuals make the most of what they've been given, and Kyle is here to help you do just that. Larson Boston Agency, your Farmers Union insurance agents located at 106 Main Street North in Crosby, North Dakota, offer multiple lines of insurance, including crop, farm and ranch, home, auto, commercial, and health insurance. Give Chell or Robbie a call today at 701-965-6335.
Hey, welcome back into Game Day Media. We've sent Noah fieldside as part of our Lindsay Grocery Coach's comments. Let's hear what Tim Schaefer has to say. Take it away, Noah.
Thanks, David. Down here with Coach Tim Schaefer. Coach, 2 tough losses in a row. How do you kind of find some momentum, some confidence on both sides of the ball tonight?
It's Friday night. It's time to play some football. That's one thing that's a good motivator for us right now, and going to come out here, play some football on a beautiful Friday night.
For sure, and let's talk about that motivation. What was the message to your team this week as you prepared to take on the Outlaws?
Pad level. Our pad level. 2 of the things we've been preaching all week.
One for you. How do you get offense rolling? You got kind of the 2 quarterback system rolling right now. How do you find continuity tonight?
Well, we're going to keep rolling those kids in there, and we do well, then we're going to try and execute those things and hopefully connect on some things. That's the biggest thing. We're just short on everything right now. Hopefully we can connect on a few big plays here and keep the offense out there a little bit so our defense gets a little bit of a rest.
Well, thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight. Back to you, David.
Thank you, Noah. When we get back from commercial break, we're going to find a lot of camouflage out here. We're going to try to find head coach Seth Wistoff of the RPL Outlaws after this timeout.
Skin by Legacy Tioga opened doors February 2024. Skin by Legacy is a branch of the Minot location Legacy Health Clinic. Our goal is to bring big city conveniences to the rural and surrounding communities. We offer a number of aesthetic services and more. Skin by Legacy Tioga is open Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can find our link to book by Googling Skin by Legacy, by Facebook or Instagram, where you could book at either location. A healthier you starts here. Now accepting new patients.
Located in Powers Lake, North Dakota, the Country Store has what you need. From hardware to everyday essentials, including FR clothing, power tools, and even embroidery and screen printing. You can find most everything at the Country Store. There's always a friendly face willing to help you find what you need at the Country Store. Jared and Brenda invite you to visit them on Main Street in Powers Lake. The Country Store has been in business for almost 50 years. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. Give us a call at 701-464-5434 today.
Hey, welcome back into Game Day Media. We've caught up Brody Siner right in the middle of the shot going to run his route, but head coach Seth Wistow, part of our Lindsay Grocery coach's comments.
Down with head coach Seth Wistow. Coach, a big win last week. I just want to talk about the balance of your offense. You got stars all over the field, and you're doing a good job of getting on the ball. How do you do that again tonight?
Well, I think it's being intentional about the play calling. You know, we want to try to build depth as much as we can. And, you know, some of the ways to do that is to mix up your personnel groups and stuff like that. And when you got different guys out on the field, different guys got to make plays. And, you know, we're trying to keep guys healthy, trying to keep guys fresh throughout the game as much as we can so that they can play explosive. And that's been a big piece of us developing that.
Let's talk about your confidence. Obviously, a big overtime win against Bishop Ryan last week. How do you kind of tame that a little bit throughout the week to make sure they're ready for the Tioga Pirates tonight?
Well, I think this week you got a little built-in incentive because it's your neighbor that you're playing. You know, we drive through Tioga every day on the way to practice, both teams. And then also it's homecoming week. And so there was definitely some more energy coming from pep rallies, different things like that. And hopefully we can feed off of that so they're ready to go right when we start.
Last one for you. Let's talk about the trenches. Obviously, Tioga loves to run the ball. That's 80% run probably. How do you win the trenches tonight?
Well, we talked about that. You know, they don't have as much on the edge skill-wise, but they play physical and they play hard. And so our guys got to make sure that every play that they're ready to play hard or they're going to get knocked on their butt. And they know that, and so hopefully we're ready for it.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight. Back to David.
Thank you, Coach, and thank you, Noah Fredrickson. When we come back, we're going to get ready for coin toss in this beautiful celebration of Military Appreciation Night here from Glenn E. Severson Memorial Field in Ray, North Dakota. Don't go anywhere. Kickoff closing in.
At Tioga Ace Hardware, our store is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry. We are all committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. As the helpful hardware folks in your community, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Shop the biggest brands all under one roof at 119 North Main Street in Tioga, or shop online at acehardware.com. Growing family? The City of Ray has shovel-ready lots available, 12,000 to 20,000 square feet. The lots are free of any special assessments. Right on Highway 2, we offer convenient travel and connections, as well as access to our amazing education system. Your family's future is important to us. Let us help you with that first big step. Contact Rhonda at 701-568-2204 or stop by City Hall at 101 Main Street in Ray. Think of Ray when planning your future. Invest in a community that invests in you.
Nesset is here to provide services to the oil and gas industry. We have a fabulous, fabulous geologic jackpot right here in North Dakota. And what we are doing is providing and developing this resource to be used for years, decades, and generations to come. I look forward to a great future right here in Tioga, North Dakota.
Welcome back into the Border Plains Equipment pregame show here in Ray, North Dakota, as the captains are making their way onto the field. And David, we might as well do our Red Rock player spotlight for both teams tonight, as they're both captains. How fitting is that?
Very fitting, yes. Walker Sheldon had a heck of a football game last week, and the other big number 72, Hunter Tigey, a reserve role, filling in, doing a very, very nice job. But, I mean, that was a great call on your side of having these bigs who don't probably get a lot of recognition on the offensive line, but great call.
It's time to give them the recognition. But yeah, Walker Sheldon, we called his name so many times. It was like every time Bishop Bryan ran the ball, threw the ball, it was Walker Sheldon there on the stop. As Red Rocco Auto Player Spotlight, fast and reliable service and car shopping made easy. For specials, new and pre-owned inventory, visit redrockchevygmc.com today.
Then you flip over to the Tioga side for our Red Rock Player Spotlight, going to be in the trenches again, and they're going to have their work cut out for them because of the bigs on the opposite side of the ball from the Outlaws. On the Tioga side, Gary Danks, a new one from Tioga, number 51, Diego Garcia, Graham Schaefer, Jacob Peterson, and Wyatt Brown are going to have their hands full tonight. That defensive push that we saw last Friday over and over again was something to, defensive coordinator Tate Inget has got to be very, very proud of.
Yeah, and our Tioga Pirate here is Diego Garcia, the guard and defensive lineman, another guy in the trenches, leading the Pirates in sacks with 2 on the season. They're going to have to block him tonight or he can screw a lot of things up.
He can. He's got a quick first step. He's able to make a little bit of noise playing in that defensive end or defensive tackle position, but he is it's unreal to believe that he's finally a senior this year. I remember him back when he was just a 7th grader and then in the freshman ranks when I was still coaching basketball, but a very good kid, a good athlete, good size on him. Decided to go over to the wrestling world his junior season, and I think he's maybe found his fit in the wrestling because you can see on the football side of things, he is a force to be reckoned with down in that offense and defensive line.
Well, the wrestling experience has to just help with this flexibility, especially for a defensive lineman who has to get through some gaps, get the edge, set the edge. It probably helps him out a lot here for his football career.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the other side of it, Walker Sheldon, he's probably one of the best wrestlers in Western North Dakota. So both of those kids.
It's adding up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all adding up. So if you want to be a good lineman, go out for wrestling. As a former basketball coach, former basketball player, you got to want tough kids that play in front of you that protect you.
But I liked what Coach Schaefer said about pad level. They are going to have to win the trenches, and that means tackling Oakley Grubb, Ty Barman out in open space, getting to the quarterback. We just talked about Diego Garcia, 2 sacks on the season. He's looking to increase that number here tonight and put Becker in the dirt.
Yeah, and that's going to be tough to do. We saw him last week evade quite a bit of pressure, a big play that he, it could have bounced the wrong way where he escaped out of the left side, fumbled it a little bit, down he went. That's a tough play for a quarterback as we see that RPL must have won the toss and deferred is going to be kicking to the north. With that, we're going to come back. We're going to check polls. We're going to check everything that has to do football, talk about our schedule, see where we're going to be at. Don't go anywhere. Kickoff is getting closer and closer and closer.
How it's always been done isn't good enough. When it comes to your farm, your family, and your future, you deserve better. At Haldwin Insurance Services, we specialize in how insurance should be done. We creatively customize farm and ranch insurance to meet your marketing goals and minimize risk, providing the protection that you need. We help lessen your dependence on the bank and set you up for long-term success. Contact us today to build a brighter, more secure tomorrow.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by
At DA Land LLC, our vision is to provide for the community in which we live and operate, providing a full line of skid steer attachments, farm and ranch, equine equipment, and much more. Shop our store in Tioga, North Dakota, or visit us online at daland-llc.com.
Otheon Boutique carries a wide variety of women's clothing as well as permanent jewelry. Shop in downtown Tioga or visit their website at shopotheon.com.
Welcome back into the Border Plains Equipment pregame show. It's Military Appreciation Night here in Ray, North Dakota. Both teams got their military uniforms on. Should be a fun matchup, kind of a cool color scheme going on tonight. Friday Night Lights doesn't get much better than this, David. I'm excited to be here.
The weather alone is it's very deceiving. It's middle of September. We should be starting to get bundled up, but I think there's more people in T-shirts and shorts than there are in jeans and sweatshirts. But yeah, this Military Appreciation Night is something that the RPL Outlaws, we first saw last season up in Powers Lake. They had veterans present the colors. They had veterans as honorary captains. And I do know that Coach Schaefer wanted to make sure that the shout out was recognized, that the military uniforms that the Tioga American Legion Post 139 $149, fully paid for. So big thanks to the Tioga American Legion Post, also to Hess Corporation, I believe. They were the purchasers of the military appreciation uniforms. If the Outlaws ever come back out on the field, we can see
yeah,
them.
we could see those ones too.
But yes, much thanks to everybody that has served. I know I've got family members that have served. I got really good friends that have served and are continually serving to protect this beautiful nation. And for that, we are eternally grateful. Let's take a look at the polls here, partner. In the 9B, you got no change really. 1, 2, and 3, New Rockford, Cheyenne Rockets, Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion Lobos, and Linton HMB holding on top of it as a new one into the top 5. The Hankinson Pirates jumping all the way up to number 4 with a 4-0 record. And then the Comets, the Alexander Comets, again jumping from received votes all the way into number 5. We've seen the Comets play a couple different times. What's your take on the Alexander Comets?
They got the size, they got the skill. They are a well-oiled machine, and they continue to make a name for themselves as they finally creeped into the top 5. And I expect them to continue up on that rising.
Yes, for sure. To finish out the received votes is the Grant County Flasher Bulldogs. Our Divide County Maroons got a good one up in Divide County tonight against the MLS Mavericks. The North Border Eagles fell out of the top 5. They hold down that number 3 seed for quite some time. The North Border Eagles 3-1, and to round it out, Griggs County at 3-0 on the Division 9B football polls. Let me take a look at the 11A football polls. Kind of surprised I didn't see the Outlaws even get some votes from last week after they took down the Bishop Ryan Lions, who were getting votes by the North Dakota Associated Press of Sportscasters and Sports Writers Association. And 1-5, Langdon area Munich with 17 of the votes. Number 1 again. They've been on top since week number 2, followed by the Aggies after a big win, jumping back up from 4 all the way to 1. A surprise we're going to see next week, the Killdeer Cowboys jumping from the received vote all the way into the number 3 as they took down Dickinson Trinity last week. And we know about that one.
Took them 2 days, right?
Took them 2 days to beat them, but due to weather and some lightning, the Killdeer Cowboys leapfrogged into the number 3, and then the Park River area Aggies all the way from number 5 up to number 4, and then Ellendale, Elgeley, Culm dropping all the way from number 2 all the way down to number 5 in the ranks. And you can see there Dickinson Trinity 3-1 in the received votes. Botno, another team that RPL is going to be facing here going forward. Southern McLean, Hillsboro, and a very, very talented Des Lacs Burlington team. And as we take a look at the schedule for these Outlaws in these next couple of weeks, it is a gruesome, gruesome schedule here for these next couple of weeks for the Outlaws.
Yeah, as we look at it, Tioga here tonight, and then Velva, Garrison, Drake, Animus in Velva on September 26th. That's going to be a tough one. And then the rivalry against Stanley here in Ray. That should be a fun one. Rivalry games are not easy by any means. And then to end it, it's DLB in DLB, and then Botno at Botno. Those are going to be 2 huge playoff hoping games to end the regular season for the Outlaws.
The last 3 out of the 5 teams for this Outlaws team, we talked about it last week a little bit, they could end at 1, they could end at 5. They could be out of the playoffs if they get on a little bit of a losing skid. These next 5 games are enormous, enormous for these RPL Outlaws. We're going to try taking the show on the road down to Velva next week as the RPL Outlaws head down to Velva. We might even look at going up to Botno in a couple of weeks, so keep an eye on that. Here is our schedule going forward for next week. As Tuesday, the Trenton Tigers 7-0 in volleyball, taking on the Tioga Pirates live from the ship in Tioga, North Dakota. Then we're back over to Ray on Thursday as the Tioga Pirates, off of a big upset victory over the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers last Tuesday night against the Pirates. They take on the Ray Jays here at Kurt Hadenfield Court at 7. And then on Friday, another triple header for you as Noah and I will be down in Velva as these Outlaws take on the Velva, Drake, Animus, Garrison Aggies. Then we take a show on the road all the way down to Killdeer as Titus Stenberg and Ross Sundin will have the Bowman County Bulldogs taking on the newly rated number 3 Killdeer Cowboys from Killdeer Cowboy Field. Kickoff will be 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then to round out the week on Friday is the MLS Mavericks and the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers up in Kenmare with Randy Peterson on the call for that at 7. We're just about ready for football here, partner. That's a lot of advertising that we did. Yes. As we're going to put up our graphic here and try catch the starting lineups as you take the starting lineups for the RPL offense.
Starting lineups brought to you by the Country Store for the Ray Powers Lake Outlaws offense. Receivers Grady Parizic, Brody Siner, Quarterback Jace Becker, Ty Barman in that fullback position, but he's just the tool. He'll be anywhere in that lineup. And then Oakley Grubb, the star running back. And the line goes Colton Grove, Keenan Morris, Cade Nordloff, Case Nygaard, Kelby Cooper, and Walker Sheldon, our Red Rock auto player spotlight for the Outlaws.
And the Outlaws, they get introduced as one. I love that mentality. We talked about it a little bit last week. You like to see the recognition, but you love to see the team unity as we take a look at our RPL, our Tioga defense, excuse me.
For the Pirates, brought to you by the Country Store. Their defense goes Rylan Hollingshead and Tristan Miller at the cornerback spots. Jaron Ron, Jacob Peterson, Wyatt Brown, Diego Garcia, our other Red Rock Auto player spotlight, and Jeremiah Schmidt. That rounds out the defensive line. Linebackers Gunnar Moberg, Gavin Davidson, Jeremiah Walsh, and then our safety Weston Lawler.
As we are going to pause for the national anthem as the Ray Legion Color Guard presents our colors of our beautiful nation here in Ray, North Dakota.
Riley Reddick and John Oak will now sing our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good job, guys.
Oh, I thought you said dude.
No, guys, plural. Both of you.
A great rendition of the anthem here tonight. Shout out to all the military members that were out at midfield. We appreciate everything you've done for us. And now it's about time to play some football between the Outlaws and the Pirates. David, we talk about this every time, but the lead up, it's just everybody's ready. Like we were 5:30 here in the booth and we're ready to go. Let's get this show on the road.
5:30 at the booth. I left the house at about 3:45, picked Aaron up, and away we went. But they've already done their starting lineups. I thought they were going to get to their starting lineups. I'm going to be back after this.
But that means we are officially ready to go as the Pirates come out. Outlaws in their special teams huddle. It'll be the Tioga Pirates receiving the ball first. looking to win the trenches here tonight, control time of possession, and run the ball down the Outlaws' throats. That'll be the Pirates' plan here tonight, and they'll get the first crack at it with their 2-quarterback system. Cade Nordloff is ready for our Northwest Therapy Services kickoff. Locations in Williston and Ray, North Dakota, providing speech and language therapy and much more. And the kick is off, the Pirates receive, and here we go. Brought down by a couple Outlaws, and the Tioga Pirates will start at their own 32-yard line.
Good return from Upman, Rylan Hollingshead. Again, you get the ball in his hands,
Yep.
he can get into some space. You saw it right there. He got a lot of yards on a short amount of time. He can really turn on the burners if he really has to.
So let's see how the Pirates start this one off. First down at their own 32-yard line, starting under center. Moberg gets the first crack at it here tonight. Takes the snap, inside zone for the Pirates, and the Outlaws were ready. I feel like that's a play the Outlaws have been preparing for all week long.
Yeah, dive right. Jeremiah Schmidt, 13. Probably got about 2-yard gain on that one, maybe, if that. Maybe 1 gain, according to the side judge over there. A lot of people, good crowd. You're always going to get a good crowd when you have 3 communities playing tonight. Highway 2 just to the north of us. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so. You can find us on GameDay Media ND at Utah, at YouTube. Weston Lallem as quarterback now.
Now the end around to Hollingshead, they get the ball to their playmaker, and he is lit up by Colston to Bach.
Oh my goodness, we take a look at that RTC Network's instant replay. I thought that may maybe go for a little bit here as just a little misdirection as Hollingshead takes the ball and goes reverse field, but you stay home. Hey, Hollingshead, there's meet Colston to Bach as his decleated him. The dirt spit up, man alive, what a play.
Important play for the Outlaws. Could have saved a touchdown. We talked about it. If he gets into open field, he's probably gone. That's Hollingshead. Pirates will line up under center. Moberg in there again. 3rd and around 6. Takes the snap. Another end around. This time to Jeremiah Walsh. Nice run by Walsh for a first down for these Pirates. Gets all the way to the Outlaws' 45-yard line.
He's another kid for the Tioga Pirates, 6'2", 170-pound Jeremiah Walsh. Just 8 carries on the season for 71 yards. Averages 8.5 yards per carry, so if they get the ball into his hands, he's able to make a play happen. As Tristan Miller subs out, Gunnar Moberg has been subbed out, and now Weston Lallem's calling signals. So hopefully your stat sheet, Noah, has the ability to calculate quarterback pass attempts and rushing between the two.
Now in the gun, Lallem, quick screen pass to Hollingshead right through his hands. That's incomplete. We've talked about this before. That's like an addition to the run game. That's got to be a 10 out of 10. You get the ball to your receiver and get upfield. That time slips right through Hollingshead's hands.
Yeah, probably the best that it maybe didn't happen because I think Grady Parizek probably would have sent Hollingshead straight down into the ground again. So got 10 minutes on the clock from that incomplete pass. They do have a score. They do have a play clock here, 15 seconds and counting, but I wasn't going to get it on the scoreboard for one game, so I didn't want to screw up everything we had for the display that we had. So we'll just call it for you the way it is.
Moberg end around to Walsh again. This time he's met by the Outlaws.
Tackle made by number 10 on the RPL Outlaws, Gabe Peterson. We saw him, I think it was 10, maybe it was 0, maybe it was Ty Barman.
I'm thinking Ty Barman.
Most likely, because 10's right in front of us. Nice field as the shade is dropping. You can really see the Outlaws, but the Pirates are kind of hard to see when they get tucked up in their uniforms.
Brings up a 3rd and 7 under center. Lallem takes it, and there's a flag on the play. False start on the Pirates.
I think is most likely going to be on Tristan Miller, that slot back. Took off a little bit too early, or that end on the right side also took off a little bit too early.
And that makes the 3rd down that much harder. 3rd and 12 for a team that rarely passes the ball.
Yeah, they've got 9 passing completions for 30, 9 for 30.
They're going to have to open up the playbook here. Moberg in the shotgun. Duel to each side for the Pirates. Takes the snap, drops back. He's going to take it up the gap instead. And Colton Grove slows him down, and the rest of the Outlaws come to bring him down. Gain of 1.
As we take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay, a nice addition to the Pirates, Gary Danks, a sophomore in Tioga as the center. Put it right on the numbers, a design draw the entire way. Draw right up the middle, unable. Graham Schaefer, hold your block. You probably get a couple more yards on the play.
That looked like it was a pass. I don't think that was a quarterback draw because he had Wyatt Rice on the slant. Decided to try to take him himself, gets a yard, and brings up 4th down, and here comes the punting unit. Punt is away, almost blocked by the Outlaws, but a great punt for the Pirates. Wyatt Brown, the punter, puts the Outlaws down at around their own 22 as we take a Nesset timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by...
Established in 1938, Ray Farmers Union Elevator is now your full-service grain and agronomy service facility in northwest North Dakota. Based in Ray, North Dakota, we can assist you with everything from buying the seed in the spring to burn down in the fall. Get more done in a day with Ray Farmers Union Elevator.
Our paths are rarely clear-cut. You may step out of bounds, or even out on your own. No matter what it looks like, your path is personal, and that's what makes it powerful. Brevera Bank, Insurance and Wealth.
As we come back, it was a Becker read option who takes it for a gain of 3 for the Outlaws on their first play on offense.
RPL Outlaws offense coming in, averaging 32.5 points per game with their 3-1 record. The offensive guru, Seth Wistoff, bringing in a nice 2 wide receiver. At times they get Ty Barman. You can see him split out there, number 0, right in the shadows. That's the guy that we want to get the ball to.
Yep. Becker going to take it himself again, finding some space here is Jace Becker, and he's brought down after a gain of 17.
So we take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Jace Becker, again, just another misdirection motion. Sends him in motion. Does Blake Bergstrom get the defense flowing one way? Running back, quarterback comes back the other direction for a huge 17-yard gain for the Outlaws.
I would say for Jace Becker and the Outlaws, this 3-game win streak, a lot of it has to be with Becker, who's starting to run the ball a little bit more. He's got 126 rushing yards on the year.
Plus 17.
Plus 17. Now Grubb up the middle, and the trenches are won by the Pirates on that one.
That's
loss of 1.
We talked about that last week of how much of an impact player that Oakley Grubb is becoming. Just a sophomore, very well put together offensive running back for the Outlaws. He can take the power. He's the workhorse. You look at his stats, he's sitting right at 62 rushes for 320 yards, averages 80 yards per game. 5.5 yards per carry is probably the most impressive stat for him.
And I'd say for the Outlaws, try to get him involved more in the passing game too. Get him a little more spacing. They're going to go outside zone, and again, nothing for Oakley Grubb. The Pirates defense coming to play here tonight.
As we take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay, Jeremiah Schmidt able to do just enough to trip him and get him off balance, as it's now going to be 3rd and long for the Outlaws.
3rd and 14. And this is where you drop back, and I think you throw it up to Ty Barman, let the youngster make a play for your Outlaws team.
Well, I would. Ty Barman just came out.
Oh, well, there goes that plan for myself up here in the booth. They're going to go in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's got a lot of time, steps up in the pocket, tried to take it himself, and he is brought down. Gain of nothing for the Outlaws.
Again, Jeremiah Schmidt having 2 back-to-back big possessions for these Tioga Pirates, coming out of his outside linebacker. Stand up, there he is right there. He sees bull rush, rips the defender, and just wraps up Jace Becker for minimal gain. 4th and long for the Pirates, or for the Outlaws, excuse me.
And the punter, Colton Grove, out on the field. Now we got 2 returners here for the Pirates. We'll see if they get a little tricky back there with an end around. It's going to go to Lallam here in the dirt. Decides not to touch it, and that'll pin the Pirates back at around their own 24-yard line. We'll be back after this Nesset timeout.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you in part by Tegan's Interiors, located on Main Street in Crosby, North Dakota. Follow them on Facebook or find them online at tegansinteriors.com.
Gustafson Septic Service Incorporated, family owned and operated since 1986. Offering septic service, portable restrooms and hand wash, sewer jet and camera services. Located in Stanley, North Dakota, call for a free quote at 701-628-2960.
Back here in Ray, Pirates under center and around to Walsh. Plays had some success so far in this first quarter. That one goes for around 4 yards.
Yeah, Jeremiah Walsh, nice looking sophomore for the Pirates. Again, he averages 8.8 yards per carry, so a very big positive for these Tioga Pirates as Cade Nordloff sprints off the field.
Well, right now he's at 8.3 per rush, so that's adding up.
Hey, data doesn't lie.
2nd and 5 for the Pirates. Up the gut they go for a gain of 2 that time to set up 3rd and short.
One that caught my eye was your Red Rock player spotlight, Diego Garcia, probably close to 5 yards down the line with a huge surge from his right guard position. 5'11", 215-pound senior Diego Garcia. Having a nice season for head coach Tim Schaefer.
Brings up 3rd and short for these Pirates. Moberg back in the game under center.
Looks like
a little hard count. Now the end around, or he kept it, and he is brought down. If I was on the defense, I would have been fooled, but the Outlaws were not.
Yeah, they looked like they were ready to bring big pressure from the right side. Both the cornerbacks from the right side and safety were putting a huge blitz look on the right side of the line as Tate Inget dialed one up. Tate Inget calls the defense, sends it down to Eric Barman, sends it into the field.
And the communication works there, sets up a 4th and 5 for the Pirates. Looks like the punter, Wyatt Brown, is back on the field to boot this one away. Barman set back to receive it.
I'm kicking it out of bounds. I'm going towards that 40-yard line, kicking it directly to us.
Well, close. Got past the 45, and that's where it'll stop for the Outlaws. They'll take it on their own 44.
Well, we're going to keep it here because last time it cuts too close. Yeah. We're going to pay attention to one of our newest sponsors here on Game Day Media, the North Shore Plaza PTO. Let's go Wildcats, supporting everything North Shore Plaza Wildcats. Looking forward to seeing their basketball season this year. Also part of the boys' side for the Lewis and Clark Longhorns are the North Shore Plaza Wildcats. Josh Johnson going to be the head coach for the boys' basketball team. Looking forward to seeing the Longhorns and the Wildcats play again. A lot of young ones over in North Shore Plaza. I think they're going to have a good season this year.
Oakley Grubb trying to get up the middle again, and he's stopped by Jeremiah Schmidt in the backfield. Just no rushing lanes so far for the Outlaws.
I think this is going to be a thing to keep an eye on is the field conditions. I think these kids, you can see the first couple of plays with this camera that we have, the amount of dirt that's flying from when these kids try to plant. You can see on that play, Oakley Grubb really trying to put his foot in the ground and it just going away from him, unable to get that big, powerful cutback like he was able to do on the turf last week.
And he's one who depends on those cuts because he's so great at that. But brings up 2nd and 10. Becker under center. Takes the snap. They're going to go play action. He's got a lot of time. Lets it loose right through Barman's hands, and that one's incomplete, bringing up 3rd down for the Outlaws.
So we take a look at this RTC Network's instant replay. Nice drop back, 5-step drop from quarterback Jace Becker. Puts it right on the money, has to have Ty Barman elevate a little bit, but just out of the outstretched hands.
And you can tell by Barman's reaction that that's one he wants to have back. He knows he can make that play.
He catches that 9 out of 10 times, I'm thinking.
3rd and 10. Becker takes it. Inside zone with Grubb. Finds a little room there, but still not much. Gain of 3 or 4.
Jeremiah Schmidt
down by Tristan Miller.
Jeremiah Schmidt. Tristan Miller coming out of his safety position, cornerback position. I saw the Pirates play last week on Game Day Media between Stanley and Tioga. They'd run a 5-3 a little bit. They'd run a 4-4 a little bit. They'd run a 3-4 a little bit. Kind of all over the place. Ball off the back of the Outlaws. That's a dangerous play for the Pirates.
So a net gain of around 10 yards, and the Pirates offense will come back out.
Blocked by his own teammate. Is a really awkward launch angle from Colton Grove, the punter, unable to get it up in the air, hit right off the back of the personal protectors. And the Pirates should have just got away from it versus trying to down it, because this field, the slippery ball conditions, that easily, once that touches your shoelace, your leg hair, it is now a live ball.
Could have bit you in the foot on that one, but Pirates were able to control it and bring their offense out for first down at their own 41-yard line. Moberg will get the first crack at it on this possession. Under center. Jeremiah Schmidt behind him. And that's going to be a false start on the Pirates. I think they would have drawn the Outlaws offside, but it was Jaron Ron who false started from the wide receiver position.
We've talked about that all season long, the amount of false starts that come from that slot or wide receiver position. You're looking down at the ball. That's one you should never do. Them and the guard should never have false starts.
So that makes 1st and 10, 1st and 15, backing them up to the 36-yard line.
Good first quarter, very balanced from both teams. Kind of a slow start from what we've seen from the Outlaws in the past couple of weeks. And the Pirates gotta love this offense, the way their defense is playing right now.
And now Moberg faked the inside run and the pitch, takes it himself and goes down for a loss of around 2.
Hunter Tigey in on the tackle, big 6'3", 270-pound senior. We've seen to call his name more and more and more as the season rolls on.
It's just great when you have a defensive line where you have depth and you can run some guys in there who are still going to make plays, and there's not going to be a drop-off on the defensive production.
Yeah, up front for the 3-4 defense for these RPL Outlaws, Kelby Cooper, Case Nygaard, Cade Nordloff, 3 probably the biggest, strongest kids in the region.
Now the end around, and that one's swallowed up by Cade Nordloff.
On cue.
Yep, there he is.
Yeah, he's a load. If he's anything like his brother, who's the flowing locks on the sidelines, Isaac Nordloff, one of the best probably linemen for the Outlaws in the history of the Outlaws, along with his brother Isaiah? Aiden, excuse me. Isaac and Aiden Nordloff. That goes way back into your time.
That was not that long ago. You're making that. You're making
back
that
in the day.
Way worse.
3 years ago.
3rd and long for the Pirates in the shotgun.
Already under a minute.
And both teams just running it at will. Moberg on the quarterback draw. Slips one tackle and brought down by Colston DeBach. Gain of around 5 for the Pirates to bring up 4th down.
Back to about the original line of scrimmage. Ball's going to be placed right at about the 41, maybe the 42-yard line. 4th and 16.
We'll see if they get a play off or just fine going to the quarter. Looks like both teams are going to make their way to the sideline and just going to end the first quarter here at 4th and 10. But when we come back, it'll be the Pirates punting back to the Outlaws. Thanks for joining Game Day Media here on YouTube. We'll be right back.
Game One powers your team, business, and community with athletic apparel, uniforms, company gear, and event apparel. Featuring screen printing, embroidery, and the brands you trust. Game One, the brand behind your brand.
Welcome to Stanley. Our local businesses have the home field advantage, a community where tradition meets progress. Discover the charm of our past and the promise of our future, a winning combination. Support local, shop local, and be a part of something special. Take the home field advantage at visitstanley.org and follow us on Facebook. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share.
Back here at the Tioga Medical Center Sports Desk. Tioga Medical Center, trusted healthcare here at home. To find your provider, schedule an appointment, or pay your bill, visit tiogahealth.org. as we come back to Ray, North Dakota. Pirates have their punter Wyatt Brown back on the field to send this one down to Ty Barman. Snap is away, kick is away, and that one's going to sail out of bounds. And the Outlaws will get it at their own 45-yard line.
I like punting it away from Ty Barman, but I don't like punting it that far, that early out of bounds, I guess you'd call it. But again, I like that play a lot better than giving one of the best premier athletes in North Dakota the opportunity on a free ball.
Yeah, you'll take 10 yards rather than Ty Barman going for 6, for sure.
We saw it on the opening possession for the Outlaws' opening game, except for called for a fair catch. They wiped it off the board, but he went for about 65 yards off the first punt that he saw all season.
And there he is. Ty Barman gets the jet sweep, finds the edge, knocked out of bounds. No, he's brought down maybe for a first down, but that was Wyatt Brown for the Pirates who finally brought him down, but not after a first down for Ty Barman.
Big first down. You can see the power that he runs with, able to take Wyatt Brown with him for about 2 yards after contact. That's been one of the big emphasis when we've talked to Coach Wistoff about yards after contact. When our guys get touched, we want to keep moving forward, and they do very well at that.
And the Pirates are thinking the opposite with their pad level tackling. Becker rolling out right. Gonna fire one in there to Bergstrom. The man who won the Outlaws the game a week ago against the Lions gets on the board for around a 10-yard catch to move the chains for the Outlaws.
Yeah, a very, very good catch from Blake Bergstrom. I talked to him a little bit, talked to his dad a little bit after the game. I go, did you really catch that? And what do you think he said? Yeah, of course I did, But yeah, it was very good. It was overtime. It was a 2-point conversion. Walker Sheldon saved the game for him in overtime, not getting that 2-point conversion. Colton Grove got a laser bullet from Jace Becker for the touchdown tie, and then Blake Bergstrom able to get that 2-point conversion for the big overtime victory for the Outlaws last week.
Becker in the gun. Stepping up in the pocket, now rolling out right on the run to Barman, who dives for it. That one's going to be incomplete. Barman with great effort, but could not haul it in.
Good effort as the cameraman doing the best we can, trying to keep the press box out of the line of sight, but there is people everywhere scattered here. There was a nice tailgate that went on between all of the co-ops. NCC, one of the best in the area. The Tioga Medical Center came over, had all tailgate. It was a Hess Corporation, I believe, was here. They did a lot of fun things pregame for a lot of the fans that were here. Thank you to all of these co-ops putting on all of this free stuff tonight for tonight's game.
Instead of an incomplete pass, there's a flag on the Outlaws that moves them back 5 yards. Not sure what it was. Kind of a late penalty. Becker now under center, going to bring Bergstrom in motion. Inside zone to Grubb, who finds a little bit of a gap, uses the cut, gets upfield, continues on. They can't bring him down. They finally do. Tristan Miller brings him down, but not after a gain of close to 20 yards for Oakley Grubb.
What did we just say? That's 10 yards after contact, after he was first touched. First contact right there, and away he goes. 10, 15 yards after contact. The big legs churning and churning and churning.
And Grubb finally gets a positive gain that was above 4 yards. Trying to find some space. Now they're going outside zone to Grubb, and this time nowhere to go. 4 Pirates bring him down. It was Jeremiah Schmidt first on the edge. Loss of around 3 for the Outlaws.
Again, that's probably the biggest play for the Outlaws is that play. The Pirates have been able to keep them in check for a majority of this opening quarter in the first couple minutes here in quarter number 2. Could maybe be a ball game, but is this going to be a slow start from the Outlaws like we saw against Turtle Mountain a couple weeks ago?
That's true. That was a 13-12 game at halftime, and then the Outlaws finally figured it out. I talked to Seth Wistoff. It was 2 entirely different Outlaws teams as Becker looking to throw the ball again over the middle. We'll see if there's a flag for PI as Barman was brought down, but no flag on the play. That'll be an incomplete pass.
So we take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Our Red Rock player spotlights the guys up front. Walker Sheldon kicking out the blocks, running him right around. Quarterback stepping up into the pocket, putting it just, I don't know, I probably agree with you on that one.
Looked like he tackled him, but the ball wasn't there yet.
Maybe got away with one. Pirate luck.
Yeah.
The pirate luck strikes.
Luck of the Pirates. Third and long.
JT Hyatt up here says no. Outlaws
in the gun, dropping back, and a screen pass that just slipped out of the hand. The tuck rule. That's the second time we've brought that up.
So we take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. Tom Brady, Charles Woodson, where are you guys at? Is this a tuck or is this an incomplete pass? I'm pretty sure this should be an incomplete pass. Arm clearly going forward, ball just slipped out of his hands.
I don't know if he had a couple defensive linemen's hands up that kind of got in the way, but it looked like Grubb could have had some room to run if he was able to get the ball.
Yeah, the Seth Wistoff over there kind of trying, come on guys, let's get in a rhythm here.
So now it's 4th and long. Becker going to roll out right, trying to find the edge. Looks over to Signer in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Outlaws. And yep, there's the confirmation from the ref. What a play from Becker to Signer.
Extends the play, bootleg right as Brody Signer comes cross field right there, finds him in the back of the end zone for the first 6 points of the game.
I would not have bet any money that the first points of the game were going to come with 9:02 left in the second quarter, but here we are.
Cade Nordloff in to try his point after touchdown
High
attempt.
snap, so Becker has to take it and run with it. Tried to find Grubb, but he was double covered, and that's no good. As we look at the NCC scoreboard, we'll look at this touchdown one more time as Becker rolls out right, finds his buddy Signer in the back of the end zone. Nice grab from Signer, and the Outlaws strike first. It's 6-0 on the NCC scoreboard. 9:02 to go in the second quarter.
Borgo is a premier implement manufacturer, and Green Ag, a division of Farmers Union Oil Company of Kenmare, is a premier Borgo dealer, receiving top dealer by territory and top service by territory the last several years. Sean Rapp, recognized as top salesman by territory the last 3 years. It's the result of a dedicated staff working hard to ensure customers receive the finest in Borgo drill sales, parts, and service. Green Ag, a division of Farmers Union Oil Company in Kenmare, located in Mohall.
As we come back here for the Northwest Therapy Services kickoff, Cade Nordloff teeing it up as the Outlaws strike first, up 6-0 in this ball game. Now it puts a little pressure on the Pirates offense.
Yeah, again, you want to get these offense rolling. There's a lot of misdirection from the Pirates. Maybe open it up with a little bit of the pass. If this one could get out of bounds, you could see good field position for the Pirates.
Lala gets smashed by Cody Reested. There's a flag on the play.
I don't know if you call that play, but he got absolutely decked. Hopefully our cameras.
They might have heard that one in our mics.
Football is a violent, boom! Cody Reested lights him up. Football is a very violent game. These players play it very well. Nothing but safety as we got the ambulance on standby for any emergencies.
Looked like Lawton was able to pop right back up after that. Definition of a football player. Yeah, I got hit hard, but I'll get back up.
Back up, trots off the field. Had a lot of kids over on the Pirates sideline standing with crutches. I don't know if you call a flag on that one myself. There's no unnecessary roughness that I saw.
He didn't lead with his head.
So they have offsetting penalties, block in the back from the Pirates, and
I think they did call unnecessary roughness on Cody Reested for the hit.
I just don't know if I agree with that play call.
Coach Wistoff doesn't either. He's down on the sideline arguing.
What did he do wrong?
That's
the argument. What did my guy do wrong? He went until the whistle blew. He didn't lead with his helmet. He didn't do any of that. If we take a look at that replay again to see if we can capture any of it. So we take a look at the replay. Ball kicked from right to left. They're looking for a re-kick here. Here comes Reested. That's shoulder. That's right here, man. That's
looks like shoulder to me. But after all that, we're gonna re-kick.
Re-kick. So if they're offsetting penalties, what's the re-kick for?
I really don't know. But here we are, re-kicking. Cade Nordloff tees it up.
I have to find my rules analyst, Brent Bingham. Where's he at?
Same spot.
Same spot. Out of bounds.
This time it's Tristan Miller who picks it up. and is brought down by Cody Reested and Ty Barman.
Almost an instant replay of the previous play. Cody Reested, you could see him pull up a little bit. Young man, I tell you right now, don't unleash, don't hold back on plays like that.
Yep.
One personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct like that. Keep playing.
So now the Pirates offense will finally take it at their own 23. 8:50 to go in the second quarter. Pirates staying in there with time of possession. It's kind of been even. Pirates maybe even had the ball a little bit longer here tonight. Been doing a good job, just haven't been able to capitalize on the big play. Under center, 1st and 10. Moberg takes a snap, fullback dive to Miller.
Walker Sheldon.
There he is.
Walker Sheldon looks like a football player. Looks like a rodeo guy, too. He's got his cowboy collar on, the pads tucked up underneath, showing off that six-pack, I'd imagine. But we got 2 other games on the channel tonight. We got Randy Peterson, Heath Hetzel over in Stanley as the Bishop Ryan, Our Redeemers Lions take on the Stanley Blue Jays, winners of their last week's game against these Tioga Pirates. And then down in Watford City, they have the number 3 Grand Forks Central Knights taking on the Receive Votes Watford City. Quite a buzz down in Watford City right now.
And around goes to Jeremiah Walsh, but not for much. Another gain of around 3 for the Pirates.
I was talking to Titus earlier this week, trying to in our meetings that we have. This is their first winning streak since 2017 for Watford City Wolves. And you talk about a historic team. The team is named after, or the field is named after Fred Fridley, probably one of the best coaches in North Dakota history, guiding these Watford City Wolves. And now they've got head coach Jim Dooley, who came over from Beulah, winning a state championship over in Beulah, taking over the reins in Watford City, looking to try make it 3 in a row for the Wolves.
Another end around, this time to Hollingshead. Signer sets the edge and puts Hollingshead down. A loss of 5.
So we take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. I think we might have to turn our shotgun mic up just a little bit because these kids are hitting hard here tonight. Brody Signer, number 14 in the black, just stays home, and pow! Delivers a blow to Rylan Hollingshead.
Well, there's a stand from the Outlaws defense.
And
about a 2-minute possession, and now they're going to get the ball back.
An emphatic stand at that.
A couple big hits to set the tone here in the second quarter in Ray, North Dakota. Wyatt Brown to kick this one away. This one's going to go to Ty Barman. Receives it. He's got some room. There's that speed from Barman. Moberg to beat. Can't make the tackle. Barman down the sideline. And he's going to score a touchdown. Ty Barman.
That is why you don't kick it to him. That was about as kicked. Look at the blocking up front, right up the middle. One man to beat. Gunnar Moberg tries just a slight little stiff arm, and Brody Signer meeting him in the end zone, leading him in for 6 off the 63-yard punt return to the house.
Now it'll be another extra point attempt for Cade Nordloff and the Outlaws. See if they can get a better snap on this one. They do. Becker puts it down. Nordloff puts it up.
Got it.
And puts it in. Nordloff converts on the extra point.
As we take a look at the replay of the kick return, instant offense from Ty Barman, the freshman phenom here in Ray, North Dakota. The Outlaws up 14-0 on your NCC scoreboard. We'll be back after this quick timeout.
Congratulate the Firestone girls golf team on qualifying for state today.
Play your cards right and shop the savings and selection at Prairie Home Furnishings in Stanley. Browse a wide selection of furnishings for every room in your home. The latest styles and trends and comfortable quality furniture. And it's all at reasonable prices. Plus, they have a great selection of flooring and bedding as well. High quality and reasonable prices make Prairie Home Furnishings the place to make your house a home.
Make sure to shop at Prairie Home Furnishings. We deliver everything your home deserves.
Welcome back into Game Day Media on YouTube Live here in Ray, North Dakota, as Cade Nordloff gets set for another Northwest Therapy Services kickoff. A little shorter one this time, returned by Jeremiah Walsh, who gets stuck by the middle of the outlaw row.
So take a look at a couple of our other sponsors. The Divide County Quarterback Club, established back in 1971, supporting all things Divide County athletics and the youth in the Divide County Crosby area, along with the Pirate Booster Club, supporting all things Pirates Firestorm, a co-op between the Tioga Ray Firestorm in track and golf. They're sending their team to state for the first time maybe in a long time for the girls golf team, is headed with Miss Ava Walleen, having a fantastic golf senior season for the Firestorm.
Now Pirates looking for some offense, go back to the fullback dive. Nothing on that one.
Yeah, that front four for RPL, Kelby Cooper, Case Nygaard, Cade Nordloff. You get Cody Reested coming in sometimes as kind of like a rush edge. He sits in a defensive end position, can play the outside linebacker position, just a weapon on the defensive side of the ball.
They're showing it so far. Right now, Pirates 15 rushing attempts for 34 yards. Not a lot going for them, 2.3 per carry. And now it's Lallam in the gun. Takes a snap. Wide receiver screen, gets to Hollingshead, looking for some space. Nothing there. Loss of 1 on the pass to Hollingshead.
Walker Sheldon flying in from his outside linebacker position to make the tackle on the far side of the field. The amount of area that he can cover on a single play is incredible. He plays inside linebacker, he plays an outside linebacker at times, gets on the defensive line every once in a while, he looks like a football player if you ask me.
He's a fun one to watch. That's why he was our Red Rock Auto Player Spotlight here tonight. Brings up 3rd and long for the Pirates. Moberg takes a snap, airs it out, right to Colston DeBach couldn't quite pull it in, but a deflection nonetheless for the Outlaws.
As we take a look at that RTC Network's instant replay, they did have Jeremiah Walsh streaking down the field, and if Lallam can put a little bit more on it, it's probably going to go for 6 right there, because DeBach is the last line of defense, and if he can float it over the top of that right into the hands of Walsh, it's probably going for 6.
Instead, it's an incomplete pass, bringing up 4th and long, and here comes Wyatt Brown again to punt this one away to Ty Barman. We'll see if Barman gets another crack at it here. I would doubt it.
Block? Oh.
Almost a block. This one's going to sail into the dirt right at a front row spectator. Hit him in the ankle, but goes out of bounds, and I think that's what the Pirates asked from Wyatt Brown that time.
Yeah, it's a nice punt, probably close to about a 35-yard punt from Jeremiah Walsh. No.
Wyatt Brown.
Wyatt Brown's 34 and 64. You got 2 different numbers, I guess.
So the Outlaws take this possession at their own 44-yard line. Starting to get the juices flowing here. Up 13-0 on our NCC scoreboard. 5:02 to go in the first half here in Ray, North Dakota. Becker going to start under center. Takes a snap. Play action. He's got an edge rusher coming at him, escapes the pressure, sets his feet, launches one deep to Barman, who can't quite get to it, just a little overthrown, but Barman was streaking wide open.
He was streaking down the middle of the field, give him a little Randy Moss, I got you right here, up and over everybody. Is we've already seen the rocket arm that Jace Becker from the 40, ball lands close to the 10-yard line. A fantastic throw, just overthrew him a little bit.
I liked how Becker escaped the pressure and then set his feet. A lot of quarterbacks, including myself, I like to get a little fancy with it and just throw on the run, but that was a great job from Becker to set his feet and launch that one. Just a little too much mustard on it.
Probably how he threw it 50 yards in the air. Being able to set his feet, get a good base on him, turn and fire.
Now inside zone to Grubb. Hasn't really found much outside of that 123-yard run. The Pirates are doing a good job in the trenches.
Yeah, again, Jaron Ron in on the tackle for that one. First in, coming off of his defensive end position, along with Gunnar Moberg and number 65, Gavin Davidson.
Brings up 3rd and 9 for the Outlaws. 4:53 to go in the first half. Becker will be under center. Perizic out to his right and Siner out to his left. Cody Reested comes in motion. Becker takes a snap back to the inside zone to Grubb. He's got a lot of space for a first down. Outlaws.
Big, again, first touched about 10 yards prior to where he was tackled down, but the Outlaws call a timeout, so are we. Our NCC scoreboard reads this way, 13-0, 4:48 to go. First and 10 when we get back.
Founded in 2019, Northwest Therapy Services, located in Ray and Williston, North Dakota, provides speech therapy in our clinics as well as partnering with local schools and nursing facilities to provide on-site therapeutic services. Our therapists offer language therapy as well as therapy for social, cognitive, communication, swallowing, feeding, and voice disorders. We are dedicated to providing the highest level of quality services. To schedule an appointment, visit nwtherapyservices.com or call 701-568-8255.
As we come back, Pirates making their way back out for 1st and 10 for the Outlaws offense. Finally able to get some space for Oakley Grubb to run through there for an 11-yard gain and, more importantly, a first down for the Outlaws on this drive.
Yeah, it was a big third down conversion. The Outlaws able to get 40% of them, which is pretty good. You take 40% of your third downs, you get into fourth down, they take 45% of them. So the statistics say, let's go for it every time. With the weapons you have in the backfield, the running backs that they got, I would go for it also.
Now Becker back under center. Barman in the fullback position, going to be the lead blocker for Grubb, but missed his assignment, and Oakley Grubb brought down for a loss of 1 yard.
Probably one of the only mistakes that I've seen from RPL's offense this early first half here. You look over here, that's Ty Barman down in his three-point stance, just supposed to kick out right there. He missed kicking out
Jeremiah Schmidt.
Yeah, Gunnar Moberg was his assignment, and he definitely missed that one.
So now 2nd and 11. Becker in the gun. Oakley Grubb to his right. Ty Barman and Blake Bergstrom split out to his right. Becker going to roll right. He's got a lot of time trying to find his guy. That's Bergstrom. Was not able to get his feet in, and that'll be incomplete. 3rd and 11.
Ball out of bounds. Kevin Hovey, the side judge tonight.
Passes out of bounds, no good.
3rd and 1. I know what I'm doing. 3rd and 11, excuse me. Guys watching, what's this guy doing?
3rd and 11. They ran it on 3rd and 9 and got the first down. I think you go back to Grubb here on a similar play, and even if you get close, you're still in a manageable go for it on 4th down.
Oh, it's a must go right now. The field, you're kind of in no man's land. You're not going to punt, and you don't have the leg to go for it for a long field goal. Look for Ty Barman maybe coming across the middle here
Trips
again.
to the right. Becker in the gun. Going to let it rip out to his left. Brody Signer holds it in. Touchdown, Outlaws!
We take a look at that RTC Network's instant replay. It's just a track meet me in the end zone as Brody Signer outruns everybody. Again, a huge ball, perfectly placed from Jace Becker. Pitch and catch, beating Weston Lallam into the end zone untouched for another touchdown for Brody Signer.
I just love that from Becker. He was reading the defense. He knew he had man-to-man on the outside, and he's like, I trust my guy. I'm going to throw it up there and let him go make a play.
That's what I've seen from Jace these games that we've followed him.
As Nordloff puts in the extra point. 2 for 2. The first one didn't count as a missed kick for Nordloff.
As Jace Becker drops back, a little bit of a pitch and catch as the Outlaws go for 7 more here from Glen E. Severson Memorial Field. It's 20-0. 3:52 to go in half number 1. We'll be back after this quick timeout.
Have you ever wondered how your internet works? It starts with fiber in the ground.
And local employees who connect that fiber to your home or business.
Our 9,000 miles of fiber keep you connected.
To your neighbors and the world.
While keeping your data safe from intrusions, viruses, and malware.
At RTC Networks, we're proud to offer our community the fastest, most reliable fiber optic internet available. Our goal is to keep you connected seamlessly and securely.
Out of the Nesset timeout as Cade Nordloff, little pooch kick. Pirates are able to get onto it. Looked like it was Jaron Ron. Just dove on it and gives the Pirates the ball at their own 39-yard line.
We'd like to thank again the Powers Lake Athletic Booster Club. Does so much for the Powers Lake community, supporting the Outlaws and the Ranchers. I think the next time we go up to Powers Lake could be a playoff game. We could see their new clock, their new scoreboard. Could possibly see the goalposts again. They could see some play clocks. They got a lot of things going up there. Big thanks to the Powers Lake Athletic Booster Club.
First, they got to get that home playoff game, though.
Yeah, don't put the cart in front of the horse. And the schedule that they have, if you take a look at that ND score feed, is a brutal one. That looks like a face mask.
Tristan Miller on the end around, brought down by Walker Sheldon.
So we take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay. A couple misdirection plays again. Tristan Miller coming from the top side of the screen right here. Yeah. Face mask.
Both Cody Reested and Walker Sheldon in on that one.
They don't call it. It's not a penalty.
It's only cheating if you get caught, right?
You Outlaws don't.
Second and long for the Pirates. Lallam takes a snap, got some time, sneaks up through the pocket, and then is put down by Walker Sheldon, who slams him to the ground. That looked like a wrestler move right there.
That looked like a wrestler move who grew up on a ranch right there. Yeah, that's probably not a fight that you're going to win. But good hard run from Weston Lallam. I'll probably call Weston Lallam Jace Lallam until the day I'm dead. He reminds me so much of when Jace played back in the early 2000 or mid 2000s. They were such a fun team to watch. These Williams County Firestorm between the Tioga Pirates and the Ray Jays, the co-op. Then very, very talented teams coming through this area.
Moberg back in the gun. That one's almost picked off by Grubb, and it'll be incomplete. He was targeting Jeremiah Walsh on the out route.
Almost picked off by Grubb and Brody Sinar. I think if Brody wouldn't have had it tipped in front of him, he probably would have been able to pick 6 on the play. Use Kirk Herbstreet's. That's why you're on the defensive side of the ball, because you can't catch the ball when it comes to your hands, but Oakley Grubb catches more of them than he drops.
Yep. He's wanting that one back. He knew that was 6 points for the Outlaws going the other way. Brings back Wyatt Brown for another punt.
Heavy pressure.
Another high booming punt, going to go out of bounds. See where the refs spot it. At the Outlaws' own 43-yard line is where Jace Becker and the offense will take it back.
How about that catch from Cash Lee? Ball in his left hand, able to catch it in his right hand. Number 16.
Saying, give me some playing time, Coach. I'm ready.
Coach, check this out. I just caught a ball in my hand already.
He's like, hey, did we get that on the film? I want to watch that on film on Monday.
We didn't even get it on our camera. Sorry, Cash.
So 1st and 10 for the Outlaws. Becker in the gun. 2-minute drill here. He's got time in the pocket. Crosser to Grove is incomplete. It was behind him, but that one Grove has got a catch. He caught the one behind him last week in Bishop Ryan.
A bullet, too, from Jace Becker, going opposite way in the end zone. Able to throw a strike right in between the number 4. Bigger moment at that time for that touchdown.
Yeah.
2 minutes,
Maybe
9 seconds.
He was a little more focused.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 9 seconds to go here in opening half.
Becker inside zone to Grubb, finding a little bit of space, puts his head down, and trucks. Going to be a little short of the first down, but a 9-yard gain for Oakley Grubb.
As we take a look at the RTC Network's instant replay, if I could echo what Coach Schaefer talked about in our Lindsay Grocery Coach's comments, our pad level. We take a look at Gavin Davidson right there. Tackle up at the shoulder pads. You're not going to tackle anybody, let alone Oakley Grubb at the shoulder pads. He'll run through the arm tackles all day long. Got to get down towards those feet. Something to get figured out, a big point of emphasis for these Pirates.
Outside zone for Grubb. Tries to cut it back in, slips a little bit, but manages to pick up the first down, a gain of 2 for Grubb.
Again, you see it a lot. Oakley Grubb slipping quite a bit. I don't know if they have any devices over on the sidelines where they can change their cleats out at halftime if they have that here, but definitely an issue for Oakley Grubb. You know, he's really unable to get those big feet planted into the ground.
I mean, he does have 62 carries for 320 yards coming into this game, so those cleats are probably wearing down a little bit.
Yeah, Mom and Dad, let's go. Buy some new ones.
Becker rolling out left. Gets outside of the pocket, turns his shoulder, delivers one to Grove. And it looks like he stepped out of bounds before getting upfield.
So we take a
Gain
look
of
at
7.
that RTC Network's instant replay. Becker just able to get away from traffic, go cross body. Big pressure from Jeremiah Schmidt, just evades the pressure and throws it right on a dime, rolling opposite direction.
Brings up a very manageable second down for the Outlaws. 1 minute to go here in the second quarter. Becker in the gun, Oakley Grubb to his right. In the pocket, trips to the right, gonna step up, now step out. On the run, delivers one to Signer, isn't able to haul that one in. It's gonna go down as a drop for Signer. But if he catches that one, he's got a lot of room to run.
A lot of space, yeah, a lot of lucky breaks for these Pirates. Able to get the ball to drop harmlessly into the ground. Is it third or fourth down? They've got fourth down. There goes Jace back in. I thought they were going into a punt formation or something, but 56 seconds to go, finally under a minute here in opening half number 1. Don't go anywhere, our Bank of Tioga halftime show. We'll recap the stats, how we got to this 20-0 lead. 56 seconds to go here in quarter number 2.
Becker in the pocket, fast draw to Grove on the stick route, and that'll be a first down for the Outlaws.
That's quarterback lingo right there. I'd have just called it a bullet pass. Nice, again, low catch here as this play.
Now Becker in the gun again, gonna take a shot to Signer, and it's batted away by the Pirates. What a play from the defensive back. It looks like that was Michael Grimes who saved an Outlaws touchdown.
Yeah, definitely just got his hand up right at the right time.
Second down.
There it is, right there, Michael Grimes. Good bit of defensive back work for Michael Grimes, a sophomore from Tioga.
Second and 10 for the Outlaws. Becker still in the shotgun. Rolling out right. Looking for Ty Barman. Running out of real estate. Instead just tries to get what he can. It's going to be a gain of around 5 yards for Becker. Smart decision to just get upfield and get out of bounds.
That looks to me when he's most dangerous, is rolling to his dominant right side, able to get everybody in motion, just get him away from everybody and just make stuff happen. They got 3rd and 10 on the clock. I'd call it probably 3rd and 6.
Becker back in the gun. 27 seconds to go here. 3rd down in the pocket. Running out of time. Stops and delivers. That one was low for Grove, but if he could have got it to him, it would have been at least a first down, and Grove could have maybe made a play to the end zone, but instead it brings up 4th and 6.
4th and 6, I'm probably getting a play right at that 20-yard line. Still got timeouts from the Outlaws. 20 seconds, a lot of time if you're the Outlaws.
Yeah, if you want, I think you can give the ball to Grubb here. Get it on the ground. But like we just talked about, Becker is comfortable rolling out right. Doesn't have a lot of real estate as the ball is towards the right hash mark. Get a playmaker with the ball. Becker is going to roll out right. Delivers to Barman. See if it's enough for the first down.
That's close. First down.
And they're going to give him the first down. Gain of 6 to Ty Barman. I love that play from the Outlaws. Just roll out right. Easy pitch and catch to his number 1 guy, Ty Barman, to move the chains. 14 seconds left in this second quarter. Stay tuned for the Bank of Tioga halftime show. 2 convenient locations in Crosby and Tioga, North Dakota. Do more with your money at the Bank of Tioga. 1st and 10 for the Outlaws. Creeping towards the Service Valley Dental Group red zone. Becker in the gun. Steps up and is chased down by Wyatt Brown. It's going to be a gain of another 5 yards for the Outlaws. 7 seconds to go in this second quarter. Timeout on the field. Becker doing a good job of taking what he can get, not risking it all for the long pass. So 7 seconds to go here. 2nd and 5. You're at the 15-yard line here in the red zone. Maybe have time for 2 plays. But you might just have to put all of your time and energy into this one play and try to get it into the end zone. Get man-to-man coverage on the outside with either Signer or Barman and put it up there and let your receiver go make a play, as that's what the Outlaws are drawing up right now in the huddle. Little back shoulder fade to one of your go-getters. Becker, one of the more accurate quarterbacks here in the state of North Dakota, is going to have to put that to the test here. In the gun, takes a snap, drops back, throwing it up to Barman. There it is, and another terrific defensive play, and there's the flag. They're going to call pass interference, I believe, on Jeremiah Walsh, defending Barman on that one. Let's see what the official call is, and yes, it is pass interference on the Pirates. One second left to go in the second quarter. And the Outlaws have one more chance at this one to pound it into the end zone before halftime.
Pass interference on the Tigers.
See where they mark it in the Souris Valley Dental Group red zone. Looks to be about 1st and 7 to the goal line. And they're going to go with the field goal here with Cade Nordloff. Around a 24-yarder. Snap is down, kick is up, and kick is good from Cade Nordloff. David, maybe they could have gone for the win in regulation against the Lions last week.
You always could have done that after you've already secured the win, my friend. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. As we get back from this next break, our Bank of Tioga halftime show is up next. Don't go anywhere.
This Game Day media broadcast is brought to you in part by
Brian and Eric Johnson with Investors Advisor Group at LPL Financial are here to ensure the success of our clients. We can help you meet your financial goals. Give us a call at 572-3246 to arrange an appointment today.
At work, the Western Education Regional Cooperative, we believe in collaboration to strengthen education across communities. We provide the tools and training to help you help your students succeed. Work brings learning to life with new opportunities. From teacher training to student success, the Work Center is working for you. We bring cutting-edge training in AI, instructional coaching, school strategic planning, and so much more. Learn more at workcenter.com. Let's go to work.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by...
Since 1952, Liberty State Bank of Powers Lake serves Burt County and the surrounding areas with a full suite of financial services. We are committed to being your bank of friendly service. Liberty State Bank, FDIC insured. Tioga Drug and Soda Shop, located at 106 North Main Street in Tioga. Visit tiogadrug.com.
Looking for a powerful new truck at an unbeatable price? Then check out Red Rock Chevrolet GMC in Williston. Right now, get behind the wheel of a 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab for just $499 a month. $499 a month. Or take home a GMC Sierra 1500 Crew Cab and save a massive $13,000 off MSRP. These trucks are loaded with performance, comfort, and cutting-edge tech, all at rock-bottom prices. Make your way over for a test drive today. Red Rock Chevrolet GMC in Williston.
At Tioga Ace Hardware, our store is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry. We are all committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. As the helpful hardware folks in your community, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Shop the biggest brands all under one roof at 119 North Main Street in Tioga, or shop online at acehardware.com. D&L Paraffin Incorporated is a local family-owned hot oil company that has been in operation since 1981. We work hard to develop good business relationships with the oilfield companies in the Tioga area. While offering services north of Lake Sakakawea, we focus on integrity, hard work, and safety. For all hot oil services, call dispatch at 701-641-3065 or 701-641-6310. And for hiring information, be sure to follow us on Facebook at DL Paraffin.
Borgo is a premier implement manufacturer, and Green Ag, a division of Farmers Union Oil Company of Kenmare, is a premier Borgo dealer, receiving top dealer by territory and top service by territory the last several years. Sean Rapp recognized as top salesman by territory the last 3 years. It's the result of a dedicated staff working hard to ensure customers receive the finest in Borgo drill sales, parts, and service. Green Ag, a division of Farmers Union Oil Company in Kenmare, located in Mohall.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Located in Tioga, North Dakota, Patriot Oilfield Service Incorporated is a proud supporter of the Tioga Pirates, supporting the Bakken with hot oil and water hauling services. For your service needs, call our dispatch office at 701-664-2016 today.
Modern Dental, with offices in Tioga, is here for all your dental care needs. Doctors Amber Wentz, Eric Melland, and Christian Melland provide trusted care for the whole family. We're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4, and accepting new patients now. Modern Dental, your smile, our priority.
Do you find yourself driving to the bank each week, writing too many checks each month, paying too many fees? As a business owner, you have a lot to worry about. Don't let banking be one of them. Contact the Bank of Tioga to explore how we can simplify your banking experience and empower your business to reach its full potential. Our team is committed to providing you with seamless banking experience tailored to your business needs. From digital banking solution to personalized support, we are here to help you thrive. The Bank of Tioga banks businesses, and we are here for you. Imagine if you had more time for what really matters. Do more with your money at the Bank of Tioga, member FDIC.
Welcome everybody into the Bank of Tioga halftime show. 2 convenient locations in Crosby and Tioga, North Dakota. Do more with your money at the Bank of Tioga. As we look at some stats from the first half, we'll start with the Tioga Pirates as they're down 23-0 at halftime on our NCC scoreboard. Right now, 3 penalties for 25 yards, so that could be a lot worse, but still, it's just on the offensive end. -1 passing yards and 32 rushing yards, 1.9 yards per carry. It's just, it's not going to win you a lot of games. They got to figure it out.
Yeah, the offensive side is just, I mean, we see it in the stats. We see it from huddle that we get from the coaches. And big thanks to the coaches for sending all of this stuff, trying to make us look as good as we possibly can. But there is a lot of work that needs to be done on the Pirates side, the offensive line. The defense, I think, is playing okay. It's not, to hold the Outlaws to 20 points is very tough, 23 points to be exact. Is very tough to do, and I think they're doing an okay job. There's been a couple of breakdowns. You punt the ball to Ty Barman. I wouldn't do that. And Brody Steiner just made a little bit better play than the defensive back twice. So I think the Pirates are in good shape. I like what they have, but what we've seen from the Outlaws in the second half is an explosive offense.
And you know that's what Coach Wistoff is talking about right now. We're doing this thing where we're 2 entirely different teams at times of the game, and I think we're going to get a motivated team in the second half who's ready to kind of step on the gas and get going. But back on the Pirates on the offensive side of the ball, I think they need to give more carries to Jeremiah Walsh. He's got 5 carries for 29 yards, averaging 5.8 per carry. Every time he's gotten the ball, it's been 5+ yards. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, it's been positive gains for him every single time he's touched the ball. And when I was talking to Coach Schaefer earlier today, he is a ball player for us. We got to get the ball into his hands, and they recognize that. The other one we haven't called a whole lot is Rylan Hollingshead. He hasn't seen a whole lot of the ball. A lot of misdirection where RPL's just kind of sitting there waiting for it. I mean, their defensive ends are just sitting there waiting for it. They got to move something around. Maybe think about giving some rhythm to either one of the quarterbacks and make Weston maybe play a running back position, or make Gunner play a running back position, get some positive flow and not have a single eye on one running back.
Yeah, that's a really tough offense to run when you're running quarterback out there after quarterback, and there's no continuity like we talked about in the Border Plains Equipment pregame show. Someone's got to get on fire. You know, you're not going to, in the game of basketball, you're not going to sub out one shooter after he's had one play.
Yeah,
you want them to find rhythm, and that's the same thing with the quarterback. You got to find rhythm, and you can't do that when you're subbing so often.
Yeah, it's a unique way. It's a unique offense. There's got to be a reason to it. They wouldn't do it for no good reason. But listen, we're just broadcasters up here. What do we know?
What do we know?
Coach Schaefer's been doing it for a super long time. He's been awarded at the Shrine Bowl as a head coach. He's been an assistant coach there, so he knows what he's doing. Again, I think the defense is doing their job. The Outlaws are just playing better football right now.
And I think on the offensive side for the Pirates is they should get some more play action where you get the fake and you get your athletic quarterbacks outside of the pocket where they can either find Rylan Hollingshead or they can take it and run with their legs.
Yes, that is a great point of emphasis. Great stuff. It just all has to happen. That front five, the front four have to hold the offense, which is very tough to do because of the big defenders from the RPL Outlaws.
And as we flip it over to the Outlaws offense, 170 total yards, 67 on the ground, and 103 through the air. But through the air, they're 7 of 15 for 103 yards. So they haven't been as consistent passing the ball, only a 46.7 completion rate. But Becker also has tossed 2 touchdowns to Brody Siner, 1 for 16 and 1 for 45. You got to think they're going to be a lot more consistent with their offense in the second half, kind of like we brought up a little bit ago.
Oh, yeah, you get Jace Becker. I like that they roll him out, get him into open space. To me, that's when he probably looks the most lethal. Very comfortable in the pocket, but his mobility to kind of get around and maneuver and extend plays is what he can do, and you can see it on the offensive side of the ball because his playmakers know what to do when he gets outside.
And we look at one of his playmakers, Ty Barman, 2 catches for 17 yards. Something that's not going to go in the stat book is drawing that defensive pass interference in the end zone, which set up the field goal from Cade Nordloff there at the end of the half.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're keying on him all the time, and that is no easy task by any means. That is probably one of the most difficult things to do is key on a focal player. And really, Ty's got to love that. You're being keyed on wherever you go. Somebody free safety shadowing you everywhere you go, which just opens up opportunities for other players. Brody Siner is taking advantage of it big time. He's got 2 touchdowns and a lot of receiving yards in his biggest action of the season thus far.
That's what Becker does. He doesn't key in on one guy, like you said. He's spreading the wealth around. 2 for 17 for Barman, 2 for 15 for Grove, 1 for 10 for Blake Bergstrom, and then 2 for 61 and 2 touchdowns for Brody Siner. As we look at their ground attack, Becker, 5 carries, 28 yards. We kind of talked about that during the first half. He's doing stuff with his legs a lot more than what we were used to in the first game and then whole last year, really.
Yeah, he probably just year 2 under center this year. Last year is a starting freshman for the Outlaws, filling in shoes for not Titus Stenberg, Tyson Inget before that. So and before that was you. So a lot of big shoes to fill for this Outlaw quarterback. And it's been a really big staple point for the Outlaws is the quarterback play. But as we're going to take a quick break here, sorry to cut you off. We got to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll have more Bank of Tioga halftime show right after this.
Looking for top quality groceries and ready to go meals? Visit The Depot, owned by Julie and Josh Bummer in Crosby, North Dakota. This specialty grocery store offers a wide selection of premium meats, including 100%